Hello guys, welcome to the Code Patch. My name is Nick and this is your 15th C++ programming tutorial. So in the last couple of tutorials I explained to you guys what are arrays and how to work, for example, with an array of integers. And in this tutorial we're going to be learning how to work with array of characters. So in programming there is something called a string. Now strings are basically array of characters or a text. So when you say string, you basically mean text. So let me just show you how to initialize your array of characters or your string. So you say characters, so your type is going to be character and the name for your array, for example, will be text. And inside you want to put how many elements you want your array to have. So let's just say 20. So you see the similarity between declaring an array of characters or a string and an array of integers. So you remember an array of integers was something like int a and then 20, right? So you see we just changed the data type that we want our array to have. Okay, and now first the most important thing for you to know is something what is called a null terminator. So a null terminator exists in every string and it's basically this. So for example, let's say we have an array of 20 elements, and so something like this, and for example our user inputs 5 letters or one word with 5 letters, so for example hello, and what a C++ automatically does is adds this null terminator. So this is a null terminator, right? So this is a null terminator, and what it does, it basically marks the end of your string, and whatever is here after the null terminator doesn't matter. Alright, so if you try to print out this array, it's only going to take this part right here before the null terminator and print out hello. So if we try to see out this, it's going to give us just this hello. And that is why you always must think about this null terminator. For example, let me just show you on a little example, and let's say we want our array to have 5 elements. So we want a word with 5 letters, and let's say it has 5 elements. So now how we let our user input is similar. So when we wanted our user to input an integer, so we say cin, and then we say this dot and get line. And for the first parameter of this function, you wanna pass your array. So where do you put what your user inputs? So let's just say we want to put in this text. So text, and then we need to say how many elements our array has. For in this example, it has 5. But just to be a little bit nicer, we're going to say size of text, and what this size of returns is basically how many elements our array has. Alright, so for example, if we didn't know how many elements we have here, for example we have some n, we're going to say size of text is going to return us this n. So how many memory locations does our array hold in the memory. So let me just make it like this, and let's just now print out this array, right? And let's just input hello, alright, and we get hell, right? And this is why, or this is because our C++ needed this last element for the null terminator. Alright, so this is why it deleted this O and put a null terminator there. So that is why, for example, if we want a word of 5 letters, we're going to need 6 elements. And let me just now compile and run this, and now enter hello, and it's going to print us out that hello because it had one more element here to put that null terminator. So that is something you always must consider when you are creating a string. All right, and now let's just make another string. For example, it has, let's just call it text1, and it has 20 elements, for example. And now let's see in get line, so we're going to say text1, and again we're going to say size of text1. Alright, and let's just print out that also. So let's just print it out, and let me just a second, let me just make here a new line. And now what I wanted to show you here is, for example, when you say hello, and now for the next array we're going to have spaces, so it's going to write out hello world. So you see, it's going to take that space, which is also a character, and it's going to print it out as a space. So this space is also an element of your array. So for example, this is the 0 index, this is the first, this is the second, third, fourth, and on the fifth index you have a space. So this is not just a blank, all right? It's actually an value or an element in your array. Alright, so that's it for these tutorials. This is how you input an array, string or array of characters, and in the next tutorial we will be learning how to work or how to do something with these strings. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.